Jesus said this to the people. He says, why do you not understand my speech? Even because you cannot hear my word. Interesting. Why don't you hear? Why don't you understand my LALIA? It says, because you cannot hear my message. See, Jesus had a communication. They weren't getting it because they didn't hear his message. For example, when you read in St. John chapter 11, when he said to his disciples, our friend Lazarus is sleeping. I want to go and wake him up. And they said, Master, if he's sleeping, that's fine. He's resting. They didn't get it. Then he said to them, he's dead. Oh, they said, okay, let's go and die with him. They didn't understand his LALIA. He's sleeping. Our friend Lazarus is sleeping. Remember the same thing that happened with the little girl, Jairus' daughter? Do you remember? When Jesus came, they sent for Jesus. When Jesus came, he said, she's sleeping. And all the mourners began to laugh at Jesus. They laughed at him. They didn't understand his LALIA because they didn't hear his message. His message stated who he was. You remember what he said to Martha? When he said to her, your brother shall rise again. Yeah, I know. On the last day of the resurrection, he'll rise again. And Jesus says, I am the resurrection and the life. She hadn't understood that yet. She hadn't known that message, who Jesus was. Now talking about the LALIA of Jesus, the LALIA of the Logos, right? Logos is the message, but there's a communication. Did anybody ever say to you, you must be from Christ Embassy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because of the way you talk. There's something about your speech, something about your LALIA. So they say, he doesn't talk like us. See, he's not one of us. This one must be from Christ Embassy. So they can tell you've been reading that book. They can tell you've been reading that book. Anybody who's been reading that book can tell you've been reading it. See? So we've got a kingdom, right? A kingdom, a culture, and a language.
To watch and get other related messages from Pastor Chris, kindly explore the Pastor Chris Digital Library, available on the LoveWorld App Store.